Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Don't Forget to Tap. This is Chris talking about all things about being new to Jiu Jitsu. So, my original platform that I do a lot of these podcasts on is changing a little bit, and some of the editing tools are changing. So, I had to do a number of tests to see how this would work and make sure the sound was going to be up to par. And it's pretty cool. Definitely a lot of opportunity with the new platform, and change is always a good thing. But if there's a little bit of a difference between how it usually sounds, or if it seems like it's a little bit different, it's because it is. But I figured I would give you guys an update on what's going on in my world with jujitsu and all the things that surrounding it, or that affect it, or lead into it, or the things that I take away from it. And man, I've definitely got a lot of updates. Really excited to share with you guys. And that's kind of the benefit of slowing down on episode production a little bit, is you have a lot more to share over time. But I'm going to try and not talk your ear off either. So on the last episode, I told you guys that I signed up for a competition. And I'm going to start with a disclaimer on this episode that the point of this podcast is to demonstrate a lot of humility and be very humble and be willing to be embarrassed about the things that kind of come with being new to something. And so I'm just going to throw that out there before I start talking about any of the stuff I'm going to, especially tonight. But I signed up for this tournament, and I'm so excited about it. I've been training. I've been mixing up my routine. I've been doing a lot of like pull-ups and trying to work on things that would affect my grip and my core and my leg strength and my cardio, and really just trying to step it up. And where I have kind of been slacking, and I'm going to tell on myself here in a minute, but where I've been slacking is training as much and as often and with as many variations as I possibly can. And I definitely need to mix it up, try new things, and be more intentional about showing up to training. But the bottom line is, I could sit here and give you all kinds of excuses and why I didn't go and blah, 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 work, whatever. But the bottom line is that I didn't prioritize it, and that happens, right? And I almost made an episode about like how easy that is to happen and how life gets in the way sometimes. But there's just some things that are going to compete with your ability to train and be proactive on the mats, and you got to take care of yourself off the mats as well. And I'm a big believer in that. So the reality is, based on how much I've trained in the last couple weeks, I probably deserve to get my butt kicked. But that's okay, because no matter what, I'm kind of treating this tournament as one great big class, one big lesson, one opportunity to learn. And so something funny that's been going on, I have a phenomenal training partner that I consider a really good friend. He's awesome. I think he's great at jiu-jitsu. He's very humble about it, and he's just really, always given me the opportunity to learn when I train with him. And we just have a really good training dynamic. And so he's my buddy, but when I miss class, he has this new routine, and it's absolutely hilarious. I mean, it's so genius. But he's found a way to kind of hold me accountable on social media. And so, for example, like last night, he put my picture on a milk carton like I was missing from class, and I thought it was like the greatest thing ever. I absolutely loved it. But that's beside the point. Anyway, so showed up tonight. Tonight was live training, and so it's just continuous rounds, back to back to back, with a different partner it was like 5 to 7 minutes. I really didn't pay attention to the clock. And I know he doesn't come on Thursdays. He's got like a crazy work schedule, but I just figured it'd be really fun to tease him, so I made a video back. And so if you guys follow me on Instagram, go check that out. It's on there. It's pretty funny. The coaches and professors got involved on it too, so that was awesome. But tonight so this is where I got to show some humility and be willing to be embarrassed a little bit. So we were doing training, and clearly whatever my cardio plan is, it's not enough. And in and of itself, jiu-jitsu is just its own cardio, right? But we were going, and I think I was on round 4 or 5, and I had to go to the bathroom in the middle of it. And I'm not going to lie, I puked my guts out in the bathroom, and I was trying to get water, and I was like sticking my head into the sink to try and get water, and I just could not get water for some reason. I was so frustrated with that. But I just kind of looked myself in the mirror, and I think that's a little bit disappointing. It's also frustrating that I beat myself tonight. Something that I absolutely have control over. I had phenomenal training partners, got my butt kicked, to be expected, but also a lot of people let me work. I got a little bit of gi and no gi practice in tonight, and but it was just frustrating, but it was also kind of funny, I guess, that I went to the bathroom and I didn't originally have the intent to throw up, and I just sit there and it all kind of came up at once. And I'm sorry if that's gross. I'm sorry if you have a queasy stomach. I apologize in advance, but it's just the reality of it. I went and I just absolutely got my butt kicked, and walking out of there, I felt like I got hit by a train. And so, but it's all experience. It's all practice. And one of my coaches, Coach Alex, said something, and, we're going to be doing an interview here soon, and I might bring this up, but he said something that was really important. He said, don't worry about missing a few, classes and lessons and stuff like that. He's like, if jiu-jitsu is something you're going to do long term, then it's always going to be there, and you're always going to come back to it. And, and I haven't really missed that much. I've been steadily going every week. I've just, it's not like the 4 or 5 times a week like I always want to. But it just reminds me how lucky I am to have the coaches and professors that I have. And after class tonight, I got to kind of sit around and hang out with some of the coaches and professors and just listen to talk. And they were offering me advice and giving me all kinds of great tips for the tournament. And it just really, it's so humbling because these are giants. And I know that they would look me in the eyes and tell me that they're not, that they're beginners, because they do. But they're giants in jiu-jitsu. And they're so humble and down to earth. And I think that's the power of jiu-jitsu, is despite all this power that you have, you're more grounded than ever. And I don't have that power yet, but I watch these phenomenal mentors, coaches, professors that do have this power, and just seeing how grounded of human beings they are. And it just reminds me how powerful jiu-jitsu really is, both on and off the mat. And so another thing that I kind of wanted to talk about, and this is a little bit more of a somber tone, but work has been absolutely kicking my butt, and I'm in the military, and I'm not shy about that. And it's been pretty rough. I've had a lot of just heavy tasks, but that comes with any job, and it's nothing out of the ordinary, and it's nothing that I don't love doing by any means, but it's been heavy, right? And so, I don't always enjoy, this hasn't been an easy assignment for me, and I don't always enjoy every second of this chapter in my career anyway, but it's part of it. And I haven't really found a connection or a family with this particular assignment. However, jiu-jitsu, outside of my wife, who's my life, my why, my reason, my rock, my stone, but outside of her, jiu-jitsu and these individuals that I train with have become a second family for me, and they've really filled a gap that I haven't gotten from this assignment. And the team that I work with, the jiu-jitsu community that I'm a part of here has just absolutely filled that hole, been absolutely phenomenal. And I have to thank them every chance I get, because I found myself in, situations where I didn't really know what to do to try and fill this gap, and they've provided that for me. They've taken me under their wing. They've taught me. They've been there for me. We've had, funny discussions, serious discussions. They've made me think. They've tried me. They've tested me, and they continue to do so and find new ways to do so. And it's so appreciated. And they're just the most humble human beings, great people, great training partners, great mentors, great coaches, great professors. And so that's the power of jiu-jitsu, is it's connecting not only your elbows to your knees, but to people and back to the realities of life. And I just have to say how incredibly thankful and what an amazing opportunity is to be a part of that. So I have some really exciting interviews coming up, hopefully in the near future. Definitely trying to coordinate that, get more proactive, and definitely be more steady about the episode posting. But I want to thank you all for listening. I know this is still a pretty infant podcast, and I'm trying to get it out there as much as possible. But if you're listening and this resonates in any way, shape, or form, or if you look back and you remember what it's like to be new, I would always appreciate any love that you guys are willing to give and spread and anything like that, because at the end of the day, I hope that I can look back at this 10 years later, 11 years later, whatever, and I have something really great to reflect on. And the days that I want to quit, like I've had before, this is something I can always come back to or give to others that keep them in the game, and let them know that they're not alone. So, or let me know that I've come a lot further than maybe I thought I did. So, with that being said, I want to thank you guys for listening. I want to encourage you guys to keep training hard. And if you haven't trained before, go out and give it a shot. Um, and thank you for the support and the opportunity for me to just kind of share my thoughts with all of you. Hope you guys are doing well. Keep doing all the things that you love in life, and keep positive vibes with everyone that you encounter. Take care of everyone else. Take care of yourselves. And with that being said, if all else fails and you're out there training, don't forget to tap. I will talk to you guys later. We'll see you next time.